This, I am Big K Savage. I'm coming at you because I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. I know thinking's dangerous, but about a lot of stuff that's going on in our nation right now, and how left-wing media and how the court systems are fighting against our civil liberties and stuff like that. Like, it's really bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I wanted to talk to you guys about one thing today, and that's 1776. What comes to mind when I say 1776? 1776, for you guys who are not history buffs, 1776, July 4th, 1776, was the year that this country was founded upon. And that was when, back in that day, was when all those men got up and said, you know what, we are creating our own nation. And that was when Western civilization was founded upon, was July 4th, 1776. They stood up, they came across the seas to fight for their liberties and start a new country in what we call the great United States of America. The white man has control, has had control for centuries. I'm a Cherokee Native American by blood. I'm also Latino American, but I'm also Western civilization civil rights leader. And I definitely am in full support of Western civilization, even though I'm not technically white. I was adopted at birth. My adopted family comes from Scottish and Irish descent. My grandfather was adopted grandfather was a second generation Scottish brogue, which that's great. I mean, he was a second or third, I forget, it was like third, fourth, or something generation. I don't even think it was second, maybe it was, but anyway, so he's like one of the first ones in his family. He came across America and came to this country. And stuff like that. And I'll talk a little bit more about him maybe later in this video, or later in my video series. We're going to be starting a new video series called 1776. It's a movement I'm starting by myself. But there's more to be on that later. I wanted to talk a little bit about my stance on everything that's been going on, and really about what happened back in 2020 on taking over the state capitol, and my feelings on that. But basically, because that's really when I was getting involved politically, and that's when I was really starting my own journey to find out really what's going on here. And that's when I really woke up, was in 2020, because I wasn't Democrat, I wasn't liberal, but I definitely did not agree with the Republican Party full and wholeheartedly. Now, I guess I had to put myself in a political chaff. If I had to make a political association, say I fit in with a political party, it definitely would be Southern Republican conservatism. But I don't fit, and I don't agree in politics and parties and stuff like that. That's not really what it's about. Like, I used to think, it has to all do with what side you're on, what side's right. It has nothing to do with that at this point. And a good buddy of mine who I usually reference him as my stepbrother. I met him during Hurricane Helene. He feels a lot of the same way I do about stuff when it comes to 1776 and 1776 freedoms. We haven't gone into any depth with this, but me and him, I look to him as a role model and a mentor. He's pretty much like an older brother. He's the older brother I never wanted, so definitely I'm glad I have him as and can say he's my older brother. I look to him because he does keep me in check a lot with what it means to really be a man and to face reality. And he might not do it in the way I like him to sometimes, but I always know he has my back and I have his back. If it came to life or death, I'd definitely take somebody out for him. And I know he'd do the same for me because we've almost had to do that for each other before. I stood up for him when all the people he thought was helping him out took him out, and then and freaking basically left him out on the street. And I basically took a stand, was like, yo, you know, you can move in with me. Shit. Fuck that. Other garbage. And finna move in with me. So he moved in with me, and we've been living together about let's say since October. Now it's May, December, January, February. It's about 6-7 months, I guess, maybe 8 or 9. But I definitely believe me and him have the same feeling about this kind of shit, about what it means to be a real man and have man-like responsibilities. And I know he'll feel a lot different probably than me when it comes to females and low roles, because me and him have had a pretty messed up situation with our baby mamas or his ex-wife. I have an ex-baby mama. He actually was married, but I definitely we definitely feel like it's the man's responsibility to first to progress and to build an empire, and to not go through these challenges alone, that you have somebody to call on, that you can call them as your brother or whatever, and they can help you achieve to succeed, basically, and make it not about you doing this alone, but you doing it as a group, and you have more than one person. It doesn't always have to be just guys. It can be guys and girls, but you can progress and move forward and build something basically out of nothing. That's really what we're trying to do. I know we're trying to build stuff from the ground up so we can move forward and continue working with it. So one of the things I'm going to do is work to strive to be better every day as a man and to conquer my man responsibilities. One of the ways you do that is you take care of yourself. You eat right, you work out, you take care of your health, you brush your teeth 2 or 3 times a day. I haven't been doing that, so my teeth's fucked up. But that's part of being a man. You gotta take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, how the hell are you gonna be able to take care of anybody else? You know what I'm saying? So, finna take care of yourself. That's the first pillar of being a man. I believe there comes 6 pillars of being a man. One, the first pillar is self-help and self-motivation. And self-help is taking care of yourself, doing right by your own self, doing right by doing your own responsibilities, and taking care of your health. For me, that means working out 6 days a week. Going to the gym, working on my health. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's something everybody, that I feel like physical conditioning is it's very important, not just for us as men, but it's very important for everybody to do that so they can be in the best condition possible to be able to, when it does come time to fight, you can fight hard and you can fight mean and you can fight without being able to not be able to. And that's what separates the boys from the men. That's what separates the girls from the women. You got to be able to get out there. You got to be able to confront the shit, and you got to be able to progress. So that's the first pillar. Second pillar is taking care of your civic duties. Civic duties is basically everything when it comes to the country and your community. You need to be a community advocate and activist, and you need to go out and fight what you believe in, and basically stay true to your beliefs and stay true to your belief systems. And what I mean by that is don't bow down to resistance, you know. Don't bow down to the other side. Don't stand up and fight, you know. Fight for your what you believe in it with your strong belief systems. If you're not Christian, if you're like Muslim or Israeli or whatever, and you want to fight for what you believe in, you gotta have a strong religious backing to be able to do that, or a strong belief system. And I am a true believer in, if you have a strong belief system and have religion, you need to turn to that to give you that motivation, that spiritual guidance to push you to be successful. No, it doesn't have to be organized religion, but it's better if it is. So that's the and when I talk about taking care of your civic duties as Americans, civic duties means basically you gotta go out and vote. That's a civic duty. That's what America, and it's like, say, oh, that's your civic duty, is to go out and vote and have a voice in politics. So eventually you can get your voice heard or whatever. I wonder who's calling me. That's one of them scam artists.